What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the end of the bow epidemic of 2019-2020 with the vacuum tube bow, the brand new bow that was just released. And I just want to talk about it a little bit. I think I'm just going to make this video a little shorter. It's a bow. It's another one in a long line of bows that have been honestly kind of disappointing that Epic Games just seems to have thrown into the game. Every single bow, you're going to compare it to the boom bow if you have that, and every single bow falls short. Even a bow like this that kind of has an AoE-ness to it falls short compared to the boom bow. The boom bow's drawback speed, the line that it gets, everything about the boom bow is just better. The issue is it's not researchable and most people don't have it. So if we take that out of the picture, let's talk about the vacuum tube bow as a standalone thing. The vacuum tube bow is decent in my opinion. It's probably one of the better bows that we've received out of the four. It definitely outclasses the Night Owl by any means, but it's still not great. The long drawback speed, single target damage, if you miss, you're screwed, and the AoE 6th perk is just it's not anything to write home about. If the damage scaling was higher on the 6th perk, or we could actually figure out what it was scaling off of and increase that somehow, then it would be okay. Let's take a look at that 6th perk. Eliminating an enemy with this weapon causes chain lightning to strike up to 6 enemies, can only occur every 4 seconds. Fantastic. In fact, it does a decent amount of AoE. The issue is if you bring it into a late game mission, it only hits for like 30,000, and I think it can crit up to 60,000. Here's the issue. Even at 60,000, it's not going to kill anything around it. Just like the Night Owl, it's going to leave it at a very low amount of health, which is okay, sure. But if you're taking 3 seconds to shoot something, then it's kind of an issue because now you just shot one thing, killed it within 3 seconds when any other weapon in the game could take care of that one enemy you shot, plus all of the other little enemies next to it. The bundle bust, the pain train, any other weapon in the game that doesn't take 3 seconds to shoot will be able to do that faster than this. And if this is supposed to be a single target damage weapon, well then the AoE that is attached onto it should be scaling off of that damage, which most things in this game do not do. Affliction does not scale off base damage either. The only thing that really does that off the top of my head is something like corrosive strikes. And that's an issue with all the bows. Every single bow that we've had just doesn't seem to be as good as it could be and lacks and pales in comparison from the boom bow, except for maybe the compression burster if you're using it just for impact. The single target damage of this bow is not bad. You'll be looking at anywhere from 1.9 to 2.1 million are the numbers we were getting in a full party. That's with a very specific loadout and, you know, totally rocking out. Another thing to take into account is, guys, do not bring wafers with a bow build. It's nice to be able to activate anytime, but you're only going to get a minimal effect from sub wafers. Use fumble or battle beat and put up some traps instead if you want to try this out. Another thing that I want to just touch on real quick is the bow itself is nature, and it's locked to nature because it's a vacuum tube bow. But that's kind of a cool thing because now we have all 4 elementals. It's like Pokemon. You have your maybe water compression burster, your physical boom bow, your energy vendor tech, and now your nature vacuum tube bow and your fire Night Owl. We have a bunch of different elements that you no longer have to switch around if you really want to be a masochist and just play with bows the entire time. Without playing a very specific sniper build, the bow still adds up to a decent amount of damage on single targets, but anything besides that, you're better off with any other weapon. So hypothetically, if you're using this bow as a secondary for mist monster killing, once again, like most bows, it's not bad and does a decent job at doing that. But anything else in the game, it's really not worth using. Even with the 6th perk, like I said, with an AoE on it, just doesn't do enough damage to really make it effective in an AoE sense. And that's kind of the drawback of this weapon. But at least this one works on release, and you're able to see that effect go off and see the damage that it does. Because let's be honest, some of these bows have been an absolute disaster. This was the build I was using and probably what most content creators are going to use. There's not really much else you can bring into the game to show off a build with a bow. Rabid Raider Jonesy, totally rocking out. Fumble, Battle Beat, Quick Scope, Locked and Reloaded, and Unearthly Treat. I do want to mention that When the boom bow came out, the build I enjoyed the most was Rex. Every single bow that has come out since, I've tried on Rex and just it doesn't work. Well, it works, it kills things, but there are no damage numbers, and I'm kind of curious to see which build might win, and I just can't. That's another bug that's in the game that needs to be addressed, but maybe try Rex if you want to. I also tried it on Lynx and that seemed to work okay, but the long draw speeds again on the bow just really don't make a Lynx build worth it. And that's really it. I don't really have much else to talk about this bow without just dragging on the video. If you're curious about the rolls, crit rating, crit damage, that's how I went with it. With the crazy long draw speed, you're kind of always wanting to crit, so having a 50% chance to do so, not including totally rocking out, is pretty decent and allows you to hit those million plus shots consistently. That's how I would definitely roll it. You can change this roll to damage, but I wouldn't really recommend it. It's fine for what it does because, as we talked about, the AoE is kind of iffy, so you definitely want that single target damage. And that's really it. Another lackluster bow in my opinion, but decent enough. If I was brand new to the game, I would pick it up for water mist monster killing, and that's really about it. It looks awesome, it shoots okay, at least it works, but it's just another sad bow that we have to deal with. Hopefully 11.5 brings some changes. And that's really it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the new one. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I post videos like this, trap tunnel guides, and full weapon breakdowns all the time. Think about subscribing. It really does help out the channel. And if you guys want to check me out on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/roundedtiktak. Come join the pack, join the family. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Tiktak out.